As I explained to you in the previous video with regards to the FS56 strimmer stroke brush cutter, I would like to show you how to change the spool head to a metal blade, and also how to rewind the spool head with fresh nylon once this is run out. I have a spool head here that's in 3 pieces. Just to explain to you how easy it is and how to do it in your picture in your head where the nylon should go. So theoretically, the idea is when this spool head runs out of nylon, all you need to do is to cut off 2-3 meters of nylon and then place them either side into the eyelet, and then turn the spool head round, and you'll turn that round clockwise. But the idea is that, well, it's all well and good me saying that, but does it work? And it does work if you can just picture how this practice works. So on the top of the spool head, there's on the outer casing, as this is what's called, is 2 arrows, one either side. One there and one there, okay? And the inner spool, which is this part here, is a very long line. It goes right across, and all you do is you line them 2 up. Now the idea is if I can take this casing away, the outer casing, and I'll just show you what I mean by these 2 lines, what they do. Directly underneath, you've got 3 holes there. Now the idea is you feed the nylon through the eyelet, which will be directly in line in any of these 3, and when you put this through, you put it through and you should hear a click. I think they hear that. So you'll get a click through that. It's just a very slight click, you can feel it more than hear it. But I'll try, yeah, it's just there. So, and again, you'd be on the other side. Oh, there you go, and it clicked it. So basically, you just feed one of those holes. There you go, and it's clicked. Okay. So what I'll do, just to show you, I'll put this spool head back together and show you. So this is the inner bit, goes into the casing, and this is the out base, actually called a base. The outer bit. So I'll clip this on here like that. So as I explained to you before, the line on the top, you want them to be in line with the outer arrows, like so there. So all in all, that being direct line of the eyelets either side of the spool, and then you feed the nylon through the eyelet. It's just a little click there. You probably hear it more on the other side. So there again, I put it through. Yeah, it's very, very slight. You either get the ting or you can just feel it's biting. So now, with regards to the arrow going clockwise, I then spin that round. And as I'm doing that, it's rewinding the nylon into the spool head. And as you can see, it's starting to disappear, the nylon. It's difficult for me, it looks difficult for me because I haven't got this to support the nylon. I'm trying to do this single-handedly, and sometimes you just need that extra bit of stability from the strimmer. So there you go, it's coming through, and like so. Over the years, when customers bring in their spool heads, and we're always happy to help here at APS, we've noticed that the grass does get into places where you wouldn't think it would do, because obviously you're dealing with cutting the grass so much that the grass gets into the real tight areas. I'm trying to explain you don't need to undo the spool head, but it wouldn't be too bad once you know that this is empty to take it off and clean around, because what happens is you find the button doesn't get pressed down far enough and you're not getting the nylon coming out, or vice versa. So just for maintenance, bit of TLC, all it does, you need to just remove the base, the outer base, and then you find there's some grass actually packed a little bit, and then you just get rid of that, put this back together, and as I explained to you, it tried to look easy, but it is easy once it's connected to your strimmer head, or actual strimmer, sorry. So here we are now, that's explained on there. Again, if you need any information, look at our website or give me an email or give us a call, we're more than happy to help. So if you wanted to actually change and put a metal blade on here, this is what comes with the strimmer. It's what they call a grass cutting blade, but more for mowing than actual cutting down heavy vegetation. However, you can get away with cutting very light, dense grass doing so. With this blade, you do get instructions how to assemble it, but I will give you a brief demo on how to do it. So you get provided one of these as well, which is not a toothpick. It's basically, there is a hole here on the spool head gear housing, and you place that there, and then basically twist the head round, and that'll find the slot. Now it's locked it. Because it's found the slot, it's enabled you to actually stop the shaft moving, and it's able you to actually take the spool head off. Now, to take it off, it's clockwise, and there you go. So I'll take that off, and there you go. There's your spool head being removed. Just show you, because this bit here is to cover the grease and also the gears, but it's also, if you see there, it's got two grooves where that would go in there and actually stop the shaft moving. If you haven't got one of these, or in time, a screwdriver will do. Anything that will go through that hole is perfect. So here we are with the blade that you want to put on here. So you simply place the blade on top, and it has to have the right diameter. It has to be the right blade, can't be any old blade unless it has the perfect diameter, because here it's got a very slight rim, so when this sits on here, it sits on here perfectly. So like so, that's sitting on there snug. So putting that back on, the casing back on, I place the blade back on there, and it sits there nice and snug. Next step. I know today they actually put the thrust plate is actually welded to the rider cup, and the reason being is a lot of people threw that away, didn't want to know that, and what they did was use the thrust plate because it sandwiches the blade to the body, to the housing, and then they just put the nut on top. What happens here is that the blade will be working hard, and you get close to the ground and you round off the shoulder head. What this